What's up, everybody? Welcome to Twisted Angle Garage. In this video, we're going to go through the engine on the 67 C10, see how far we can get along with it. I've got the rocker arm parts to fix that. We're going to put all that back together and make sure it's got oil. We're going to hook up the starter switch, ignition switch, whatnot under the hood, and we're going to see if we can get this motor to turn over and start. Don't know if we'll get that far today, but we're going to get that far. So make sure you like, subscribe, share with your friends, and follow along. Let's go. Okay, so now we got the ignition, everything in the cabin hooked, the battery cables. That way I'm going to hook the battery up. It's only going to hook up the starter solenoid, and that's it. Got a starter button that's hooked up to the solenoid, and hook it up to the battery. I'm going to cut the belts off of it so it's not turning any of the accessories. I don't want the alternator kicking out any voltage. I don't want the power steering pump to start pumping fluid or anything like that, make a mess. All I'm going to do right now is get the motor to turn over. Hopefully we can use the starter to do that and not have to do it by hand. I've already got the motor to turn by hand to make sure it wasn't froze up. So let me get these belts cut off, get a battery so we can put in it, and see if we can move forward. Alright, we got a battery, starter switch is hooked up down there, no ignition hooked up to the distributor, no gas. All we want to do is get the engine to turn over. That is if the starter's good. Sounds pretty good. Everything's rotating good. Sounds like we had good compression on everything. Broke the rocker arm that I replaced is doing good. Sounds like it's got okay compression. So we'll move on to the next steps now. We'll have to get the fuel line taken off the fuel pump. That way if it starts, it doesn't start sucking gas if there's anything varnish left in the tank. We'll have to connect a wire to go to the positive side of the distributor to the battery so we can hook it up, and that will give our engine power, and then hit the button and put some gas in it and it should start as long as everything's good. So we'll work on getting the valve covers put back on it and getting the rest of that stuff set up so we can get that taken care of. Alright, we got a jumper wire run to the distributor battery side. fire extinguisher over here just for safety. All right, it runs. But it did feel like it was in gear. So that's why you do not stand in front or behind the car when you're trying to start these things. So tomorrow when I come in, I will work on getting a fuel line run to the fuel pump into a gas can. We'll see if that works. Move forward with a few more things. I'll put this on a toggle switch so I can use it to turn the ignition on and off. Should we look at that now? But hell yeah, it runs. All right, everybody, that is it for this episode of the 67 C10. As you've seen, we got the engine to start. It sounded okay, it fired right up. That was amazing. So we're going to address some of the other things on it tomorrow. We're going to get some fuel lines ran so we can put the fuel pump run into a gas can, get that addressed, run a toggle switch on the ignition wire so we can turn it on and off as we need to, get the engine, transmission running good, and then we can move forward with the project. Until then, make sure you like, subscribe, share with your friends. I'm out.